What's up, guys? Today we want to show you how Clearplex worked on the windshield over the last 12,000 miles. So this is basically a 2-year review of Madico Clearplex windshield protection film. Let's check it out. This is my 2020 GT4 Porsche, and the film for this car was installed basically the week that I bought this car in 2020. So I'm also relatively impressed with how well it stops rock chips. I've definitely seen some things hit the windshield from behind the wheel, and I can see there's a few marks here and there in the film. My suspicion is that once we remove the film, none of those chips have made it all the way through, and I think the glass is going to be perfect. It has seen some miles. It's also seen a few track days. This has like 5 or 6 track days, a few weekends on it. Obviously at track days, you've got rubber, you've got rocks, you've got flying debris hitting the windshield of the car at very high rates of speed. So overall, I'm pretty impressed with how it has worked as far as protection is concerned, and really how long it has lasted. There's some scratching from the windshield wipers, of course. Again, totally expected with a windshield protection film. So if you know that going into it, it's really not a problem. I can't believe we got 2 years out of this, if I'm being honest. I was expecting 6 months to a year. The one that was on my Hellcat, which was the more flexible style from S-Tech, it lasted just a few months once we got it down into a warmer climate. This car did spend some time in Miami as well, so it did have the higher UV exposure just like the Hellcat did. If you've followed us at all, you know we've gone through quite a few different windshield protection films. We used Bray, we used Clearplex, S-Tech had a flexible one. There was another one from Bray that was flexible to try to compete with that. We've tried many of them, and to this point, Clearplex has held up pretty well. If you look closely at this, you can see a couple things going on with it. In this area in particular, it's starting to delaminate, so there's some sort of top coat on there that's coming off. But again, this is 12,000 miles. It's 2 years old. The car sometimes sits outside. My suspicion is that once we remove the film, none of those chips have made it all the way through, and I think the glass is going to be perfect. Let's find out. So first impression of removability is this is about as good as it gets. You can see how distorted and foggy and yellow it kind of is at this point. But again, it served its purpose, and the windshield underneath looks pretty darn good. Obviously, for removability of any type of window film, heat is good. So sitting out in the sun is helping here, but you guys can't tell on camera, it's only about 60 degrees here today. It is not a very warm day. Sun's hot, but if this was an 80 or 90 degree day, I have a feeling this would be coming off even easier. So that's pretty impressive. And of course, we have paint protection film. We wouldn't be setting this on the hood of the car if it was not protected. Overall, that took probably 3 or 4 minutes compared to 3 or 4 hours with the flexible S-Tech stuff. So there you have it, guys, a 2-year, 12,000 mile review on Madico's Clearplex product. My overall opinion is that it works really, really well. It held up better than I expected. Removability, I give it an A++. That was ridiculously easy to take off. My only concern with this product at all is that it's really, really difficult to install. Even for professional installers, it's near impossible on some windshields. So if you can master the installation, I'd say this is probably the best right now.